Okay, so yeah, it's another stream. It's a late night stream. It's a Saturday. I like talking, so I thought, hey, why not just make use of it to talk to people? You know, I actually like Saturdays. Just because of it. Saturdays are very cool. Um, you know, I'm still working out how OBS works, so I don't really know when the actually stream starts. Because sometimes it cuts off at the beginning when it's imported to Twitch. So, it might just start randomly mid-sentence, it might just sync up, it might not. It's all really just dependent on like a couple of things. I also changed my background again just to see if like that makes a difference. Like, hey, what's that person doing with that background? Maybe I'll hop in and see what will happen, right? Other things that I can solve a root skill, not really fast, but I can do. I'm like I do it moderately fast. It's not very, very fast. It's currently 10 p.m. and I am talking just, whatever comes to my mind. Uh, talking's pretty fun. I hope to stream like an actual game, but like I need a better computer, so I don't really know when that'll happen. But you know what? I make do with what I have. The fact that I managed to start streaming at all is actually a miracle because I've never really been a vocal person. I'm more shy and like, talking kind of helps me build my confidence with things. So I guess that's a new thing. So like, a lot of things different this year. I'm being more open to people. I'm being more active. I am exploring myself more. So I guess that's cool also. Um, you know, I always wondered when these Twitch streams happen, like, how do people like have the chat show on the screen? Is that like a thing that other people know, or like how does that work? It always confused me because I never knew how it worked. And like maybe I want to do it like one day or something. Like I don't know about the setup though because my model is like on the side, but like I also want people to see the picture. So like think things are working. Things are working out. I'm managing to do this. Um, you know, I I do these streams for fun. That's all it is. All it is just for fun. I like to talk to people. If people like to talk to me, people don't want to talk to me. That's okay. I accept it. But I like the idea of having a conversation that's actually meaningful with someone, and I like getting to know people better. So it's pretty late night. It's been raining all day where I am. So there's that. It's good. Where we're at is almost out of the drought. So during the summer, spring. So when the snow melts, it should fill up our reservoirs and stuff, and like it could give our state like more and more water. So I guess that's good. Um, I'm gonna note the time as 10:03. I am scrambling a Rubik's Cube. I don't know if you can hear that, but yes, I am actually scrambling a Rubik's Cube. And I'm gonna see how long it takes me to actually solve the damn thing. I don't know what exactly happens when I curse. Like, I don't know where that come from, but like, it happens and like I curse. I don't really want to curse, but it comes out. When I curse, it's usually like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't do that. But like, it's also like, wow, it just happened in a moment. So, you know, um, I wish I had like another camera to show like how fast I'm doing this Rubik's Cube. Like, I already got the white there done. Okay. So moving on to the middle there. Oh, it's a pretty night. That's what I'm saying. It all it is. It should be. I don't really know. Like, does anyone really have an opinion on like warm nights or cold nights? Like, what's your opinion on warm nights or cold nights? Because I don't really have an answer for that one. Because like nights are nights, but like, so in my room I prefer it cold. But if the heater's on, like it on for like a while, and then like, and then I'd like it on to sleep. But that's about it. I don't really like it that warm in a room because then I can't really sleep, and then like I have to change into shorts. I'm because it's the winter. I can't really sleep like in pants. So it gets hot, it gets cold. It all depends on my body. Under a minute already. That's cool. I solved it under a minute. But I'm still working things out. I think I can have an actual timer. Or like I can find a way to have like an actual timer on something, and like then I can like show it. But this is working. So, random things to talk about. I like the Star Wars franchise. I believe it's very, very cool because they're in space. I like Star Wars. I like the idea of good versus evil stories. I also kind of like relationship stories. Now, I have the DVD sets of the original trilogy, and it was given to me. And every so often I watch it. It's been on the special editions, but I may not have watched the original from '77 because I don't know where even to find that. But you know, things exist for a reason. And my opinion on the prequel trilogy is, I think if George Lucas had actually just written the scripts, but not had just directed and not written the scripts, I feel like it would have been better. Episode 3, that one's fine. He could have directed and written it so some of the dialogue should have been changed, but episode 3 is my favorite because it came out around when I was around, so I like episode 3. I don't really know why. I don't have like a specific reason like why I like episode 3, but it's one of those movies that I rather watch. If I had the choice between The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, or Revenge of the Sith, I'd watch Revenge of the Sith any day. The sequel trilogy's kind of a mixed bag for me because I am like, yeah, the sequel trilogy is really, really a mixed bag with me because it exists. Disney made it, but it's weird because they tried to do something, but they didn't go all the way with it. So yeah, I guess that didn't work. So The Force Awakens was pretty alright, but like after that, the Last Jedi had actually good actual themes in it, but the moment, like it had actually good actual themes in it. I said that already. I know. I'm trying to think off the top of my head because I don't even remember the last time I seen the Last Jedi. Yeah, the message was there, but the execution was not there. Like the idea of an old Luke Skywalker, being disconnected from the Force. Now that's kind of clever because you never really knew why he got disconnected. Like he finds reasons to be disconnected from the Force, but also it kind of helps understand why he's disconnected from the Force. But then again, the way he was written, people didn't like it because he was an angry hermit that just wanted to be left alone. I feel like that could have been worked instead of being angry at the Force. He could have been scared of the Force. That's why he's away just to be away from the Force. But this Disney did not work well with that. So, and then the Rise of Skywalker is also another mixed bag. They tried something with that because Episode 7 and Episode 9 were made by the same director, and they like they had a trilogy planned out, but when they had Ryan Johnson do Episode 8, the last Jedi, that kind of messed things up because from what I understand from many video essays, there's episode 7 that's basically episode 4. Episode 8 was an anti-episode 7, and episode 9 was an anti-episode 8. So basically, once you combine those, episode 9 cancelled episode 8 cancelled everything from episode 7, therefore making a discontinued trilogy. No, with all the TV shows, I feel like it'd been better to like explore things like they were on a Disney was on a track like they wanted to do something, but like they didn't to go further with it. Like the idea of like what happens to like the Empire after, that's pretty clever. Like what happens now that Emperor Palpatine's gone? Like now what? It's just they didn't really commit to the idea. They just haphazardly threw it together. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it could have been better. Another movie that I'm excited for is the Indiana Jones movie that's coming up this summer. The Dial of Destiny, I think it's called. Yeah, I think that's it. So my opinions on those movies is they're pretty great. I believe there is a proper way to watch them. But you know what? People watch them because people watch them. Um, so the Raiders of the Lost Ark is very, very because it introduces you to the character, introduces you to the world of the character, and like they can help you understand what the character's motives are about, and then why Indiana Jones has to do this stuff. But it's like why you gotta do that? Like it's also made by George Lucas. George Lucas is pretty cool. Like he's he's done some good stuff. I don't know if it's good as like the way you want to say it or not. But like he made pretty good stuff. It's just the idea that people need to accept the fact that things change. Things are not the same as they were. Um, I I don't really know what's happening with the model on my end, but like the mouse movements are being weird. Then again, it just might be my computer acting like my computer. So going on, as I was saying, Indiana Jones, pretty good. Temple of Doom, it really that one's a prequel, so it technically takes place before Raiders of the Lost Ark, and it gives more. It shows us a more irrational, like Indiana Jones, as he wants to be more. He's not more careful with things. He's more impulsive. He's more irrational with things that are happening. Like he wants to just do things because he can. He's doing it for the adventure, not the reward. No, he's doing it for the reward, not the adventure. But after he loses it, like then he understands, like he's not going to get everything that he wants. So that's why it makes sense for him to understand the risks and dangers in the Last Crusade, because he knows that. So that one they're finding the Holy Grail, which is supposedly to grant immortal life. Because yeah, sure, I'm technically talking about spoilers, but these are all like 40-year-old movies. Yeah, I should have probably said spoilers or something, but I'm an idiot. So Indiana Jones 3, which is I said the Last Crusade. That one's very interesting because it gives information about his father and his relationship to his father, and the opening scene establishes that why Indiana Jones does what he does. It's more of a reason as he's trying to get. He wants to. He likes the fun and the danger, so he likes to see what happens when he pokes a bear, quote unquote. But it's also the idea that he lost something and now he wants to put it back where it belongs. So, and then in the end, he realizes that it's not really about the treasure; it's about what you learn along the way. Because he learns because he and his father learn how to be better people. His father learns to accept him as who he is. He learns to accept him as Indiana Jones instead of just, Junior. That's what he calls him. But it's the idea of acceptance and learning to move and go on with life. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Now that's a story I don't know how to explain because that one is in the 50s and they're talking about aliens. You know how I think it's based off of like actual mythology on like actual crystal skulls, but I don't think there's like any actual proof in it. That one's kind of have a similar message. Like it's like what happens when the past catches up to you. So they have to deal with things that happen